I'm going to demonstrate how to change a car tire. Through my experiences as a mechanic for over 10 years, I've noticed that most customers do not know how to change their own tire. And knowing how to change your own tire will greatly save you in the long run, whether it's time and money. I mean, you might be stranded on the side of the road waiting for somebody to come and help you, or you might have to even call a tow truck to come and help you. But if you knew how to do it, you wouldn't have to depend on anybody else. So today, I'm going to go over how to change a tire on this Honda Accord. This is basically a lot of cars on the road are going to have the same equipment that this one has, and it's also going to be located in the same spot. So first, we're going to need to find our spare tire, which is normally in the trunk space of a car, and it's normally always underneath the flap on the bottom of your trunk. This is where you'll find your jack, your tools, and then your spare tire will always be on the bottom. Once you have your tools and your spare tire, you can begin the process. So first, I'm going to use my lug wrench to loosen the lug nuts on the car. Now, I find it easier to pull up with the lug wrench to loosen them instead of pushing down on it to loosen them, but it's a personal preference. Now, this one has a key lock for one of the lug nuts. Now, this is a special lug nut, or a special key that you need for the lug nut to get it off. And most cars do have these, and normally they're in a little pouch like this one, which has the picture on it, and they always keep these in either with the spare tire or they keep them in your glove box up front. Now for this, you're just going to need to put it on, line it up, spin it till it locks in place, and then you're just going to need to break loose all the lug nuts, just like that. Just loosen them, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So now the reason I loosen the lug nuts with the car down is because if I were to jack it up before I loosen them, the whole wheel would just keep on spinning and you never get them loose. So now what you want to do is take your jack and you want to look underneath the car for a piece of metal. Normally they're labeled on the plastic where to actually put the jacks, but right here is a perfect spot to lift it. Anywhere along the pinch weld, any really solid piece of metal will do. But you want to get your jack on there, line it up, and then you want to jack the car up just enough to have the tire off the ground, maybe like ½ an inch. Now these tools are really awkward and hard to use, so it might take you a little bit, but the hook goes into the jack like so, and then you want to put the other end in the groove, and you just want to keep on twisting it as you raise the car up until you have your ½ an inch of clearance underneath the tire. So once you have the car jacked up, then you can see how it spins freely. So that means the tire is off the ground. You can finish removing your lug nuts, and then you can pull the wheel off the car. Now, when you go to remove the wheel, you definitely want to take it straight off and not at an angle, because you might get it all jammed up. I'll show you that shortly. once you get all your lug nuts off, then you pull the wheel straight off, and then you replace it with your spare tire, which I've done on the other side of the car. So once you put your spare on the car, you want to hand tighten all your lug nuts, and then you want to put the car down on the ground for your final tightening of the lug nuts. And that is how you change your flat tire and replace it with your spare tire. So today I showed where your tools are to change your spare tire, how to loosen the lug nuts and then jack the car up, replace the wheel and then tighten the lug nuts back up, and then you're ready to drive off. And that's it.